Good morning, Paul. Today is Tuesday, August the 15th, and here's the heads-up briefing for today. In Australasia and the Pacific Islands, we covered 4 issues. In North Asia, 6 issues. In Southeast Asia, 21 issues, along with 16 issues in South Asia and the major developments in the EMEA region.
All right, I've just arrived in Bangkok. Thank you. Go ahead and punch through the major ones.
Starting with Australasia and the Pacific Islands, in Australia, the Australian Anti-AUKUS Coalition has scheduled a rally against the AUKUS military alliance and use of nuclear submarines for August 18. The protest will take place at the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre in Queensland at 8 a.m. local time.
Okay, good. Thank you.
In Japan, the Japanese Meteorological Agency warned of heavy rainfall across eastern, central, and western Japan as Typhoon Lan reached the Kii Peninsula today. Several flights and train services have been cancelled across western Japan.
Okay, great. And I see that we've notified relevant clients to check their flights. Thank you.
Moving over to Southeast Asia, in Thailand, the House of Representatives and Senate whips are set to meet tomorrow to determine the voting date for the next Prime Minister.
Okay, what date was the actual election?
So, Paul, the parliamentary sitting is likely to take place on either August 18 or August 22.
I know, but what date was the last election?
The
parliamentary sitting, the general election.
That was July 13th.
Yeah, so we're 5 weeks in, and they still haven't actually been able to resolve it, even though there was a very clear vote. And there's been nothing but skullduggery to revert from the reality of what the people want. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because often the people don't know that the greener grass on the other side's got horrible toxic pesticides on it. Corruption grows and infrastructure and development decision making slow. So it's still though sad in the eyes of the world. It's not necessarily maybe a blessing in disguise though, because if we look at the corruption growth in the Philippines and Indonesia, to name a couple, democracy is always not a better option, and it often allows people to seize power and for corruption to flourish. Now I know there's 1,000 academics in wonderful suits cringing at that idea, but that's because they've actually not experienced it or understood it. They only see it through their one-eyed, beer-goggled glasses of academia. Thank you.
In the Philippines Airlines cancelled 6 flights between Manila and Japan today due to Typhoon Lan. 2 Manila-Nagoya-Manila flights and 4 Manila-Osaka-Manila flights were affected.
Okay, this is the second most recent typhoon, so clients should note it is that season in that region. Thank you.
Moving over to South Asia, in Bangladesh, a total of 17 suspected militants were apprehended in Kulaura in Sylhet division yesterday. They are linked to a new emerging militant group called Imam Mahmuder Kafila.
Okay, and when we can you please ask the management to put together a bit of a brief on them for me? You got any more information on them?
We've got a little bit of information, Paul. So this new organization aligns with the Ghazwa-e-Hind, which is Battle of India ideology, with the goal of exerting influence across the Indian subcontinent. Okay,
thanks. I'd like to get a bit of a feel for how influential they are and potentially they should be, and maybe have a chat to Bhargav. He's busy, so maybe allocate that for Thursday or Friday, okay?
Okay, sure, Paul. We'll do that. Moving over to India, intelligence reports have warned of possible attacks on a railway station in New Delhi by the Pakistan-based terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba. So the National Investigation Agency revealed that there were also reports of possible attacks on the NIA office or the Delhi police headquarters in the coming days.
Okay, thanks very much.
Moving over to the EMEA region, the UK Defence Ministry said that the Kremlin may no longer fund the activities of the Wagner Group. And it also stated if the Russian government no longer pays Wagner, the second most plausible paymasters are the Belarusian authorities.
Okay, yep.
Also, the UK's Foreign Ministry has issued an updated travel advice as of today, warning UK nationals of an increased terrorism threat in Sweden. The travel advice stated that it is very likely that terrorists are attempting to carry out attacks in Sweden.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.